Okay, so dito tayo ngayon sa illustrations. Admission muna tayo, no? Admission of new partner. So, paano gagawin yon? So, ito yung data, ito yung problem natin. Ito yung illustrative problem natin. Okay? So, ayan. May mga different scenarios to, independent cases. Okay? So, scenario 1, scenario 2, 3, 4, 5, hanggang 6. Okay? So, basahin na lang yung information dyan or you may stop the video, no, para ma-screenshot kahit paano yung details muna. Now, let's answer. Pakita na natin yung solution. By the way, ang requirement muna yan. Prepare the necessary journal entries to record post admission in the partnership. Okay, si post kasi yung bagong partner. Okay? Multi and pour yung dati. Okay? Ang ma-admit as bagong partner si post. So anyway, pakita natin yung solution. Okay. So, sa scenario 1, if you will notice the solution format, nilatag muna natin yung tatlong partners, no? Their capital balances before the admission of POS, the new partner. So, multi, pour, tapos nilagay din natin si POS, okay, as another column, then total. Okay, so nilatag natin yung capital balances nila. So, we have 270 for mul, T, 90, pour, 180. Ito yun. Okay, kay POS, wala muna. So as of now, capital balance ng partnership is 540,000. Okay, take note. Sabi natin, before anything else, no, magkaroon ng admission, withdrawal, 'di ba, retirement or incorporation of the partnership, dapat magkaroon ng adjustment. Okay? Or should I say revaluation. Okay? Pero for scenario 1, I think wala naman nabanggit na revaluation dito. Tama ba? Okay. So, basahin natin. Scenario 1, POS purchase 1/8 of each partner's capital. Okay. POS pays the partners a total of 72,000 which is divided between them in proportion to the equities given up. So, take note. Paano ma-admit si POS sa scenario 1? By purchase of interest. Sabi dito, POS purchase 1/8 of each partner's capital. So, dito sa solution, ayan, ito yung updated capital balances nila since wala namang revaluation. Kunin lang natin yung 1/8 niyan. So, if you will notice sa admission natin, line item natin, dalawa, no? Purchase tsaka investment. So, 1/8 ng kada capital balances ng partner as updated. So, 1/8 of 270, that is 33,750. Okay? Same with 90,000, 11,250, 1/8 of that, di ba? 180,000, 1/8 of that is 22,500. Now, if you will notice, bawas yan. Siyempre, kasi bibilin nga ni POS eh. Okay, so yung 1/8 ng kada partner, magkano ang total niyan? Ito yon, 67,500. Okay, yung total ng tatlo. Ito. Okay? So, yun yung magiging capital ni POS for that admission. Okay? So as of now, ang magiging balance ni MUL, no, capital balance niya 236,250, 78,750, 40, for POR naman 157,500. Okay? Now, let me lang din add, hindi ko nabanggit kanina, pagdating sa dissolution, okay, admission, di ba? Withdrawal, retirement, may times na nagkakaroon ng bonus method or ina-apply ang bonus method. Okay, depende yun sa problem. Pero for this scenario 1, wala naman nabanggit eh. Wala nabanggit dito. Okay? Or walang other information na mag-i-indicate sa'yo na may bonus method or may bonus na mangyayari. Okay? So, yan. Simple as that. Okay, ang entry mo, debit mul capital, 33,750, pabawasan siya kasi nga, binili ni POS yung 1/8 ng capital niya. Same with T capital, bawasan by 11,250, debit. Debit also for POR capital, 22,500. So, ang credit for POS capital yung total. Okay, 67,500. Okay? Ganun kasimple. Now, sir, question, para saan tong 72,000 na binayad ni POS para doon sa mga partner? Okay, kasi 'di ba Si POS nagbayad ng 72,000 in total. Okay? Um, if you will notice, no, panalo yung mga dating partners. Kasi ang na-credit lang kay POS na capital, 67,500. Pero ang binayad ni POS for that, in total, 72,000. Panalo yung mga old partners. Tama ba? Si Multi tsaka si Poor. Panalo sila kasi mas mataas yung binayad sa kanila ni POS kaysa dun sa na-credit na capital sa kanya. Okay? So paano yun, sir? What would be the treatment? That would be gain personally ng mga partners. Okay? Pero hindi yan considered gain ng partnership. Okay? Gain man yan or loss, since ang nangyaring admission purchase, doon na yan personal sa mga partners. Okay? Next, scenario 2. POS invest 190,000 for 1/4 interest in the firm. Okay? So, this time naman, nag-invest. Pakita natin yung solution. So, same data pa rin, 270, 90, 180. And then also, wala namang revaluation na nangyari. So, wala pa rin tayong ilalagay dito. So, updated balance natin, same pa rin. Okay? Pero sa purchase, wala tayong ilalagay kasi nga, investment ang mangyayaring admission. So, ilagay natin yung ininvest ni POS. So, in accordance yan sa column niya, di ba? 190. So, tandaan, di ba, sabi natin kanina sa admission ng new partner, kapag purchase, ang impact sa total partnership capital, wala. If you will notice, 540 dati, eto, pagdating sa bottom line, 540 pa rin. Tama ba? Walang magbabago dyan. Pero kapag investment, yan, if you will notice, 540 dito, pagdating dito, magbabago na. Naging 730. Kasi nga, take note, ang investment ni POS, 190. So, 540 plus 190, magiging 730. So, yun yung sinasabi natin kapag investment, okay, yung admission ng partner, magkakaroon ng change in the partnership capital na malamang increase ang effect. Tama? So, anyway, balik tayo. So, 270, 90, 180, 190. So, meron kang total partnership capital na 730,000. Pero, if you will notice, sabi doon, kapalit ng 190,000 investment ni POS, magkakaroon ng 1/4 interest si POS doon sa partnership. Therefore, ang capital credit niya magiging 182,500. Kasi yan yung 1/4 ng 730,000. Tama? Or 25% of 730,000 is 182,500. So, in effect, parang yun yung agreed capital niya. Okay? Magkano in-invest niya? 190. Pero ang magiging capital credit niya, okay, at the end of the day, is 182,500. Since yun lang ang capital interest niya as agreed with the other partners. Nasundan po? So, therefore, from 190, magiging 182,500, may mababawas sa kanyang 7,500. At yan ay magsisilbing bonus doon sa mga old partners. Bawas sa new partner, pero dagdag sa old partners. Okay? Magkano yun? 7,500. Now, paano mangyayaring distribution? Okay, the distribution of that bonus to old partners will be based from the P&L ratio nila. Okay? At ito yon, di ba? 60, 10%, 30%. Kasi ang agreement ng partnership as to profit sharing is 6:1:3. Okay? Kaya 60%, 10%, 30%. So yung 7.5 na bonus, ganun din yung pag-distribute. 60% para kay Mul, okay, which is 4,500 in equivalent. Then 10% of 7.5 para kay T, okay, 750. And 30% para kay Poor, okay, 2,250. Then add, you will have the total, okay, agreed capital of Mul after the admission of POS, 274,500. Kay T, 9750. Kay Poor, 182,250. Okay, pag tinotal mo yan, class, parehas pa rin yan 730,000. Take note ang bonus walang impact yan sa total partnership capital. Okay, it's a matter of transfer din Okay, nalipat lang sa isang partner papunta dun sa isang partner pa. Okay, ganun lang yan. Walang impact sa total. Okay? So, ang entry ito, debit cash, 190. Credit post capital, 190. for the investment. And then, of course, may bonus na mangyayari, bawas kay POS, 7,500 debit, and then credit sa mga old partners, multi, poor, respectively, based on the solution. Ito yun, 4,500, 750, 2,250. Okay? Next, scenario 3. Okay, this time, nag-invest pa rin, 210,000 for one-third naman of the partnership interest. Okay? So, investment pa rin, no? So, ito yan. Same pa rin tayo na information dito. Wala namang revaluation na nabanggit. So, ito yung updated nila. Tapos, ang investment na ilalagay natin, 210,000. So, in effect, ang bagong capital balance ng partnership after admission, di ba? 750. Kasi 540 plus 210. Okay? Now, si partner POS, okay, kapalit ng 210,000 na ininvest niya, magkakaroon daw siya ng one-third capital interest in the firm. So, lumalabas, one-third of 750,000 is 250,000. Tama po ba? Ang ininvest niya, 210, pero as agreed, dapat ang capital credit niya, 250,000. So, ibig sabihin, madadagdagan siya ng 40,000. Okay? So, merong bonus sa kanya. Bonus sa new partner kay POS. Pero, bawas naman doon sa old partners. So, kabaliktaran ng scenario to kanina. Okay? So, yung 40,000 na nadagdag kay POS, okay, mababawas yan sa mga old partners. Paano ang distribution? Again, based on P&L ratio. So, 60% of 40,000, ito yon, 24,000. 10%, 4,000 para kay P. 30% para kay POR, 12,000. So, 270 minus 24, ito yon, 246 for MUL. Then, T, 86,000 yung bago niyang capital balance. Kay POR, 168,000. Okay, kasi sa problem, tatanungin ka niyan. After the admission of the new partner, how much is the capital balance of this partner? Okay, for example, for MUL partner, how much is the capital balance after the admission of POS? Pwede kang tanungin ganon. So, kailangan alam mo yung solution format natin kahit pa paano, guided ka. Okay? Aside from, alam mo din yung basic entries. So, to record the admission of the new partner, debit cash, 210,000 as the investment. Credit post capital, 210,000. Okay? Next, debit MUL, T, and POR capital, respectively, kung ano yung nabawas sa kanila doon sa solution format natin, 24, 4, and 12. Then credit post capital, 40,000. Kasi yun yung nadagdag sa kanya. From 210, naging 250 as agreed. Kasi one-third ng 750. Okay? Next, scenario 4 tayo. Yan. Sa scenario 4, ito naman. POS acquires one half of this interest for 50,000 and also POS contributes 85,000 in exchange for 25% interest in the partnership. Okay, so for scenario 4, nagkataon na dalawa yung way ng pag-admit doon sa bagong partner. Bumili siya ng interest at the same time nag-invest siya. Pakita natin. So same pa rin, tama po ba yung capital balance nila? Wala naman nabanggit na revaluation from the scenario. So updated balance natin as is pa rin. Okay, ito pa rin. Next, ayan. 'Di ba one half yung binili ni POS kay T? So yung 90,000 niya dito, bawasan mo ng kalahati. Ito yon, 45,000. Tapos yung nabawas mo na 45,000, lipat mo sa kanya kay POS. Okay, plus 45,000. Ang total impact niyan sa partnership capital, wala. Kasi it's a matter of transfer of capital. Okay? Next, nag-invest si POS ng 85,000. So, yan. Nilagay natin dyan. So, ang impact niyan sa total partnership capital, madadagdagan of course. 85,000. So, as of now, si POS, ang total balance niya, 130,000. Pero take note, ano ba ang magiging capital interest niya as agreed with the partners? 25% daw of the partnership interest. So, meaning to say, yung 625,000, okay, na capital balance, okay, ita-times mo yan ng 25%. Yun ang lalabas na agreed capital dapat ni POS. So, from 130,000 na ininvest niya at nabili niyang interest from T, okay, magiging 156,250 because that is the agreed. Okay, 25% of the 625,000. Okay? Yun yung magiging interest niya sa partnership as indicated here. So 25% of 625,000 is 156,250. So from 130 naging 156,250, nadagdagan siya ng 26,250. So in effect, siya yung may bonus. Bonus to new partner. So kung bonus to new partner, bawas sa capital ng mga old partners. Paano na-distribute? Respectively again, 60, 10%, 30%. Multiply it. Ma? Yan yun. Okay? So bawas. So from 270, bawasan ng 15,750, magiging 254,250 yung mole capital balance. Same with T, from 45,000, nabawasan ng 2,625, kaya naging 42,375. Kay POR, from 180, nabawasan ng 7,875, naging 172,125. From that, ito na magiging entries mo. Okay, una, take note, huwag mo kalimutan, bumili si POS ng kalahati ng capital ni T. So, 90,000 yun, di ba? So, bawasan mo ng kalahati. Yan. Debit T capital, 45,000. Credit POS capital, 45,000. Tapos, nag-invest si POS ng cash, 85,000. Debit yon. Credit POS capital, 85,000. And then, to record the bonus, di ba? Bawasan yung mga old partners respective dun sa solution natin. Ito yon. And then, the total of that, okay, credit kay POS capital, 26,250. Ito yon. Okay? Ganun lang. Scenario 5. Okay. If you will notice, POS acquires 1/3 of POR's interest for 55,000. Okay? POS also contributes 135,000 in exchange for 25% interest in the partnership. The partnership's non-cash assets are to be adjusted. Ito na. To be adjusted. So malamang may revaluation. Take note, ang revaluation hindi naman palaging pataas yan. Pwede rin pababa. Depende yan. Tapos, as agreed daw, ang capital ni POS after his admission dapat maging 180,000. So, paano yung solution yan? Pakita na natin. Okay, eto na. Now, dito sa problem na to, class, if you will notice, okay, same pa rin naman yung nandito, no? Itong portion na to. Pero pagdating sa revaluation, meron ng laman. Okay? Tama po ba? So, kung paano naging 45,000 yung revaluation, wala namang binanggit dito, sir. 'Di ba? Dito sa given, isa-isahin natin. Now, ano yung sinabi other than doon sa alam nating may revaluation? Ang agreed capital daw ni POS after his admission is 180,000. Eh, 'di ba ito yung portion na yon sa baba? Yan. Si POS daw magkano? 180,000 yung agreed niya. Okay, yan yung lalabas na capital credit niya at the time na na-admit siya. Okay? Whatever is the contribution, whatever is the purchase na nangyari, di ba? Na ginawa niya from the old partners, basta ang capital credit niya, at the end of the day, 180,000. Okay? Next. Ayan. Di ba sabi natin, 25 interest ang mapupunta sa kanya. So kung 25 interest ang mapupunta sa kanya, lalabas ang total agreed capital ng mga partners. Di ba? I-divide mo lang. 180 divided by 25%. Ito yun. Kaya mo nakuha yung 720,000. Tama? Yan. Next. Isa-isayin lang natin. Sa bonus, take note, ang total effect niyan, wala. Kasi parang nagkaroon nga lang ng transfer yan sa capital balance. Tama po ba? So, yung working back tayo yung susunod, syempre, 720,000 pa rin. Tama? Wala namang impact yung bonus sa total partnership capital balance. 720,000 pa rin. Okay? Next. Sabi natin, nag-invest si POS ng 135,000. Kaya mo na kikita yung 135,000 dito. Nilagay lang natin yan based on the given yan. Tama po ba? So, sabi natin, pag may investment, may impact yan sa total partnership capital balance So, kaya naging 720 to kasi nadagdagan ng 135,000. Tama po ba? Pabaliktad tayo paangat tayo. Okay? So, kaya naging 720 yan, nadagdagan ng 135,000 as investment ni POS. Saan ang galing to? Given. Ito yon. Okay? Next, may purchase din na nangyari. Tama po ba? Yan, bumili kasi si POS ng 1/3 ng capital ni PER. Di ba? Capital interest ni PER for 55,000. Wala na tayong pakialam dun sa bayaran na nangyari between the partners. Ang concern lang natin, magkano yung capital na na-transfer sa isa't isa. Okay? So anyway, whatever is the amount na na-transfer sa total capital balance, walang impact yon. Okay, kaya zero pa rin yan. Tama po ba? Next, so kung nadagdagan ng 135 kaya naging 720, so yung dating balance niya, 585,000. Tama po ba? Eh di ba from the start, okay, without anything else, di ba, without revaluation, 540,000. Pero lumalabas, as updated this time, 585,000. Therefore, from 540 naging 585, malamang may nangyaring revaluation surplus. Surplus kasi tumaas eh. From 540 naging 585. Magkano yung nadagdag? 45,000. So, i-distribute natin yan sa mga partners. Again, saan nakabase? Sa P&L ratio nila. 6:1:3. So, 60% of 45,000, 27,000. 10% of that, 4,500. And 30%, 13,500. Respective for MUL, T, and PUR. Add it. So, meron kang 297 as updated kay MUL. Kay T, 94,500. Kay PUR, 193,500. Saka mo ngayon i-apply yung nangyaring purchase of interest. Sabi, di ba, 1/3 ang binili ni POS kay PUR. Ang basehan natin, syempre yung updated. 1/3 of 193,500, so divide lang natin sa 3 yan. Ayun, tama. 64,500. Okay, bawas kay PUR, dagdag kay POS. So, lumalabas, ang balance ni POS, no, yung na-purchase ng interest from PUR at yung ininvest niya, 199,500. Eh, di ba alam naman natin na ang capital credit niya at the end of the day as agreed, 180,000. So yung 199,500 niya, in effect as, tawag nito, contribution niya, at the same time purchase niya, okay, magiging 180. So malamang, may nabawas sa kanyang 19,500. And that 19,500 is bonus to old partners. Okay? Dagdag doon sa old partners. So, paano i-distribute? Again, based on the P&L. 60% of 19,500, 11,700. 10% of that, 1,950. 30% of that, 5,850. Okay? Add. Okay? Kasi bonus sa mga old partners eh. So, 297 plus 11,700, 308,700. 94,500 plus 1,950, 96,450. 5,850 plus 129, 134,850. Okay? Klaro po ba? Still 720,000 yan. Okay po? So, to record the transaction, so, di ba nagkaroon ng revaluation, tumaas? Eh, ang revaluation lang naman na tinutukoy dito is pertaining to non-cash asset. Ito yon. Okay? So, debit non-cash assets, 45,000. Tama? Credit, multi, and poor capital, respective dun sa naging distribution natin sa taas. Ito yon. 27, 4, 5, 13, 5. Next, poor capital, bawas sa kanya kasi nga 'di ba binili ni POS yung 1/3. Okay, 64,500. Dagdag kay POS capital 64,500. Nag-invest si POS, debit cash 135,000, credit POS capital 135,000. May bonus sa mga old partners, so bawas kay POS in the amount of 19,500. Tapos multi poor credit respective dun sa solution natin, ito yon. Okay po. I hope nasusundan yan, ha? Next, last scenario. Okay. Ito naman, ayan, halos pares lang din naman. Okay? Pero basahin na lang din natin kasi may mga nadagdag na information. POS acquires 1/10 of MUL's interest for 35,000. So may purchase of interest pa rin pero kay MUL lang, 1/10. Also, in exchange for 20% stake in the firm and 30% stake in the partnership profits, new partner POS contributed a tangible asset with a fair value of 115,000. And that tangible asset has an unpaid mortgage of 25,000. The partnership non-cash assets are to be adjusted, and after admission, the total agreed capital is 600,000. Okay? So take note, non-cash assets are to be adjusted. May revaluation ulit. Di lang natin alam kung tataas or bababa. Next, dito, klinaro na 20% stake in the firm. Okay, so ito yung capital interest. And then at the same time, 30% stake in the partnership profits. So kapag kumita na yung partnership na nandun na si POS, yan ang hati niya, 30%. Pero ang point natin, di ba, sa solution format natin, ang kino-consider natin palagi, yung capital interest niya at the time na inadmit siya. Okay? Which is 20%. Yun ang gagamitin natin mamaya. Tama po ba? Tapos, ayan, sige, pakita na natin yung solution. So, ito yung class, 270, 90, 180. Same pa rin, no? Tapos, ang revaluation, if you will notice, loss. Pero bago tayo umabot dyan, doon tayo sa baba. Katulad ng ginawa natin. Bottom line tayo, so squeeze back to eh. Pataas tayo. Magkano daw ang total agreed capital ng partnership? 600,000 after the admission of POS. So, ito yun. Tama ba? Yan yun, yung nasa bottom line. Eh, sabi natin, ang capital interest na makukuha ni POS, 20% ha? Yan. Hindi 30 ha, kasi ang 30 pertaining sa share niya sa profit. Ang capital interest niya, 20% as agreed. Okay, kapalit ng mga investment, kapalit ng purchase ng interest kay Mool. Tama ba? And 20% of 600,000 is 120,000. Tama ba? Yun. Nakuha po? So, akit ulit tayo. Ang bonus walang impact sa total partnership capital, so still 600 pa rin to. Next, nag-invest si POS ng magkano? Ayan. Di ba 115,000 yung tangible asset niya? Eh may kaakibat yun na unpaid mortgage, 25,000. Eh sir, di ba hindi naman in-assume? Eh di ba pag silent at hindi sinabi, assumption is assumed by the partnership. Tama po ba? So, kaya naging 90 to, 115,000 minus 25,000, kaya 90. Okay, yan yung parang capital contribution niya. Okay? So, total impact niya sa partnership capital is nadagdagan. So, yung 600,000, kaya naging 600,000, nadagdagan ng 90. Okay, so before that, 510,000. Tama ba? Yun yung updated, lalabas. Eh di ba bago maging 510,000, yung original talaga, okay, before any revaluation, 540,000. Tapos naging 510,000. Tama ba? So malamang may revaluation loss. Okay, kasi bumaba eh. Okay, decrement kung tawagin yan. Okay? So 30,000 negative. Tama ba? Then distribute according to their P&L ratio. 60% of that is 18,000. 10% is 3,000. 9,000 is the 30%. So minus minus. So ang balance ni Mool, 252,000. Kay T, 87,000. Kay Poor, 171,000. Saka natin i-apply yung sinabi ditong 1/10 of Mool's interest binili ni POS. Okay? Wala na tayong pakialam dito sa 35,000. Okay? Kasi personal gain or loss yan between the partners. Okay? So 1/10 ng capital ni Mool. So ito yung updated capital ni Mool eh. 1/10 of that is 25,200. So bawas yun kay Mool, dagdag yun kay POS. Tama po ba? So 25,200 plus 90, lalabas ang balance ni POS, okay? As contributed in total, the purchase and the investment, 115,200. Eh di ba? Sabi natin as agreed, 20% of the 600,000, okay? Agreed capital of the partnership, okay? After admission of POS. So 20% of 600 is 120. Tama? And ang lumalabas ang contribution niya 115,200. Tama po ba? So malamang to make it 120, nadagdagan siya ng 4,800. Bonus to new partner. Kung bonus to new partner, bawas dun sa mga old partners. Paano natin i-distribute yon? Again, based on P&L ratio. So, 60% of 48, ito yon 2880. Okay, 2,880. 10%, 480. 30%, 1,440. Bawas yan ha, kasi nga bonus to new partners. So, bawas sa mga old. So, ang updated capital ni Mul after admission ni POS, 223,920. Kay T, 86,520. And kay PUR, 169,560. Okay? So, to appreciate the entries, yung non-cash assets, credit, bawas kasi, 30,000. And then, bawas din sa mga capital balances ng mga old partners, 18,309. As indicated dito sa problem. Okay? Next. Okay, ito. Nagkaroon ng bilihan, di ba? Ng capital interest mula kay Mul. Tama ba? So, bawas kay Mul Capital, 25,200. Dagdag kay POS, 25,200. Okay? Tapos, may investment si POS. Tama po ba? Hindi yan cash. Sorry, palitan natin to kasi tangible asset eh. So, malamang mga PPE yan, no? Okay? So, ilagay na lang natin tangible asset. Okay? Kung ano man yon. Magkano yung fair value? 115,000. Tapos, isa pang credit. Okay? Yun, may mortgage, di ba? Ito yun, mortgage. So, lagay natin mortgage payable. Hindi cash, no? Hindi cash ang ininvest kasi. 25,000. So, in effect, ang capital credit niya, okay, ay, ang capital contribution niya, 90,000. Okay? And then, may bonus kay POS, di ba? So, credit, 4,800. Ito yon, di ba? To make it 120, di ba? Based on the solution. So, 48. Then, bawas dun sa old partners, di ba? Ito yon. Debit mul, T, port. Ito yung amount. I hope nasundan nyo.